Good morning, Justin.
Morning, Gary.
Today, I would like to focus on financial planning in its true sense. I'm sure you would agree that the vast majority don't have a properly coordinated financial plan. Why do you think this is?
It is astonishing, isn't it? I mean, it's for various reasons, mostly historical, that this has happened. First of all, people never really planned their private lives. They planned businesses. You wouldn't start a business without a financial plan. Yet when it comes to our personal lives, what people have done is, well, they've been flogged things, frankly, by whether it's IFAs, the banks, the insurance companies, stockbrokers, and it's been hit and miss. Collect enough stuff, and you might have enough to see you through. And then people realise, of course, they've got the wrong stuff, and they haven't done any planning. So really now you've seen a whole change. I think this is actually very exciting indeed, where people can now realise that they can plan their lives, not just their lives, but their families' lives across the generations, and have that vital word, confidence, that their future is going to be more secure.
What would you identify then as true financial planning?
True financial planning is actually almost the other way around. What it is not. It is not about products. It is not about investment facilities. It is not about the next best idea. It's all about the client and the client's family, about what they want to achieve, by when, at what risk, and being able to just fulfill that plan. It's sitting down and having the conversation and that vital word, which is always so much missing in the financial services world, but you find with financial planners, and particularly with your team, Gary, it's trust.
Some financial planning firms use cash flow modelling techniques to help clients plan more effectively. We at Blue Sky have been using such an approach for some time. Can you briefly explain how these work and the benefits that they bring?
Cash flow modelling is probably one of those sort of technical terms that gets thrown around, but of course in business terms, running your cash flow is absolutely essential. So applying that to the individual and the family is equally essential. We all need to know one thing, really, don't we? As we get older and we're going to retire, when does the money run out? And hopefully it runs out after we've run out, not beforehand. And it's making sure, therefore, that the family has enough cash and enough cash available to fulfill the requirements of that family, and every part of the family is going to be different. And therefore, the cash flow planning around all of that is absolutely vital.
Whilst cash flow modelling is a useful tool as an aid to developing a robust financial plan, what considerations have to be built into the process?
Cash flow modelling is vital, of course, but just on its own, well, that's just using one part of the recipe. It's all the other ingredients that are so vital. For example, actually, the risk that people are willing to take. It's all very well saying we can actually get the cash for a certain time, but how much risk are you willing to take? And therefore, actually making sure that the investments are carried out in the right way so they fulfil the aims for the client at the right level of risk. And so it's a combination of factors of making sure the client is able to fulfill their aims by making sure they've got the right assets, the right tax wrappers, the right investments, and they're still able to sleep at night.
You have referred to risk in your last answer, and bearing in mind the volatility across world markets, perhaps I could ask you to provide a succinct assessment of where we are and the likely developments moving forward. I know that might be a bit difficult in a short space of time.
The problem with risk at the moment is a lot of it's driven by the hyperbole of the media. The media sells things on frightening headlines the entire time. The media doesn't sell itself on, well, things are doing okay and it's fine. So what actually we need to be able to do is actually tell people, not any through rose-coloured spectacles, but the truth, to actually say that yes, there's a level of risk here, but we're probably going to end up, as usual, muddling through. But really giving them the confidence that it's not just muddling through, it's also you're safe by actually being well planned, well coordinated, well diversified in terms of investments, and that you and your family over the next few years can have confidence that there's a reasonable chance, a very good reasonable chance, they're actually going to be able to get what they set down and asked for in their original plan.
Justin, thank you for your time today, and as always, in such times of uncertainty, it is clear that a steady nerve is required and a reassessment of one's risk approach in light of recent turmoil.
Gary, many thanks. Good luck to you and your team, and also to all your clients.